Because you're not cool enough to pull the hoodie off.
Oh yes, I am, Bobby. I think you'll find I am the coolest of all the cool, Bobby.
The number of the day!
What's the number?
I'm going to do a Twitter poll. Who's cooler, me or Bobby Pauls?
What's the number? What is the number?
You know you're going to lose that
I will
poll.
win by a landslide.
The number of the day, scheduled to arrive.
You think so? You think so? Let's do it. Do
Let's
it. Do it.
I'm going to do it.
Do it now. Type it up. Really? You let that motherfucker win?
Glorious! No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend.
What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. Time for that breakdown every single week, Monday through Friday.
Every day in between.
I take the top Nintendo stories of the day, talk about them, discuss them, break them down, give my opinions on them. So
here we go.
It's been a long time coming. Since E3, this explosion happened. Prior to E3, people knew that Sony wasn't allowing crossplay, but nobody seemed to really care. And then all of a sudden, Fortnite gets brought over to the Nintendo Switch, and people collectively lose their minds. Now, I want to preface this, that people that don't really know what's going on, they believe it's just that because of the fact that, hey man, I can't play with my friends on a PlayStation or a Nintendo. We're essentially used to that. That's the way gaming has always been. The bigger issue was locking the content behind PlayStation. Meaning, if I played the PlayStation 4 version of Fortnite, and I acquired items, different outfits, especially during the season pass, like the different outfits that you can unlock by leveling up. Most notably is the John Wick costume that a lot of people were upset. PlayStation was locking the Epic account directly to the PS4, which would not allow players that created an account on an Xbox One or a Nintendo Switch to take those characters or those outfits over. That all seems to be changing. Supposedly, as of today, there is an open beta happening where Sony is allowing players to cross-play to see how it works and how to test it out and such. They're basically saying that, like, we've looked at things differently and we're looking at things, we're analyzing, and we just want to see how it works. No, what happened was you realized that the collective gamers that you're supposed to be for...
This is for the players.
It's for the players!
Lost their minds, flipped out on you, and basically told you, fix this now. They've been screaming about this for a couple months now, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I applaud Sony for finally waking up and going, hey man, we're going to try to work with others on this. If Nintendo is doing it, there's no reason they can't do it. The list of excuses started with, we need to protect kids. Hogwash. That's Nintendo's play. That's been Nintendo's play for a long time. If they're not caring, why should you care? Totally always touting and tooting their own horn, just basically saying like, hey man, PlayStation's the best place to play. And that kind of got shown that like, people may agree with you to some degree, but they also want to play with their friends. And if you're blocking them from playing with their friends, it becomes an issue. So it's good to see that Sony is basically squashing this and opening up the doors. We'll see how this progresses and moves forward.
So, I would pay $7,000 to play Super Mario Party. Man, get the f*** out of here.
So, somebody got their hands on an early copy of Super Mario Party for the Nintendo Switch, and they put it up on eBay. This thing went for $7,100. I don't know if it was actually like paid for yet. I mean, I could do a Google search or I could do an eBay search, but when I looked, the thing wasn't coming up anymore. So with a quick search, I can't find it anywhere. So it makes me wonder a couple things. One, did Nintendo intercept this thing? Because that's what some are starting to report, that they think that Nintendo intervened. If you remember back, the Nintendo Switch itself leaked out a month prior to the actual launch. Nintendo sent the police there to confiscate the item from somebody and basically take it away. I think that this might be a similar situation where Nintendo contacted eBay, found out where the people lived, and sent people over there. I'm sure this will come out in the next day or so, because it's kind of interesting that last night the thing sold for $7,100, and today you can't even find it under sold listings. Now, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm just not finding it properly, but like I'm looking at sold listings and I don't see it anywhere. The only stuff that's coming up is other Super Mario things, not that particular game. But it begs to wonder, like, why would, first off, it could be possibly be trolls that are just trolling, running up the price just to mess with whoever has it up online. But if you did buy it legitimately, or you tried to buy it, like, what are you thinking? $7,000 for a $60 game that's only you're gonna get it like 2 weeks early? Unless someone wanted to stream it and they thought, like, hey, me streaming it's gonna get me some money, it's gonna pay me back. I don't know. I don't understand the process or the thought process on this at all. It's just crazy. I'm kind of curious to see what happens in the next couple of days and find out exactly how this all pans out. So here's something. People are losing their mind about this too. The Virtual Console basically got data mined from the eShop through the Nintendo Switch in the latest update. Now, this kind of has people wondering, like, what is going on here? People have found out that there is NES games or actually locations where you can buy things set up for NES, SNES, Game Boy Color, N64, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS. These are basically sections where you can actually go in and click and then go in and pick the games you want to buy. Where the confusion comes in is Nintendo, Reggie in particular, basically said that, like, we are no longer using the Virtual Console moniker at all. But it is definitely showing that that is what this is being labeled as, is Virtual Console. Now, whether or not Nintendo is trying to confuse people and basically keep them off guard a little bit, because I think they know by now, like, we put an update up, it's going to get data mined, people are going to pull stuff out of it. I wonder exactly what this all equates out to and what exactly is going on here in terms of, you know, is this just Nintendo basically messing with data miners, or is this a legitimate thing? Because my belief is they're probably going to break this down in terms of, like, it's going to become the classics, like Nintendo Online Classics or something like that, of that nature. I don't see them basically going back to the Virtual Console name at all. Time will tell, but I've always felt like they have this Classics lines going with the Classic Minis. I think it's just going to parlay over, because if you remember, Doug Bowser a while back basically said that, like, they feel like the Virtual Console is their mini classics as well as online. So I wonder if this is where Nintendo's taking the future. Time will tell absolutely on this one, but that's my feeling. My gut says that, like, they just are setting this stuff up, and maybe it's just a quick, let's just grab and drop in, and then we can edit it and work with it later, because I don't think they're anywhere near close at this point of bringing a Virtual Console to the Nintendo Switch. Hopefully, because I got a little taste of Nintendo Online and those Nintendo games, and I want more, man. I want some more games. I want some great games from the SNES era. I'd be all for that stuff. I'd be happy to play those games over and get them going. So, time will tell. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching today's Nintendo Guru Daily. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please slap the like button, share it with your friends. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, hit the bell, do all that good stuff. Follow me, Instagram, Twitter, @Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.